Okay, everyone, let's start and opening our Jupyter. Today we will learn this control flow. Control flow is like if else, nested if else, for and while loop. Let's start with if else. We use if else when we want to check a condition and see if that condition is true or not. Okay, so here I want to exactly show you what this if else condition do. Okay, when we want to write a statement, the logic behind this if else statement is this. When we're gonna start, okay, when we start in programming our if statement, we first check the condition that we have, okay? First we'll start checking condition. If this condition is correct, is true. If the condition is true, come and print or do a statement one. A statement one which is under this condition, okay? Else mean if the condition is false. Do the second condition. Second condition, okay? It's gonna run and do the second condition for us. Okay, first we are coming and checking condition. If condition is true, then do the statement first. Else mean if the condition is false, then print out or do a statement two, okay? Okay, let's write a code about it. I'm gonna say, okay, let me, everyone, rename your file. Okay, today is week 3, section 1. Okay, first thing that today we are learning is if else statement. Okay, so how are we gonna write?
I'm sorry.
Example. Yes.
I have a question. How do you get the 1 and 2 out, separate? How you have 1 and 2?
Oh, this view.
Okay.
Cell toolbar and a slide. No, attachment, cell format. Line numbers. Toggle line numbers. Okay, go to the view and press this toggle line numbers. Okay. Okay, we're gonna write if this condition is true. I'm gonna say, for example, I'm giving this as example. If weather is cold, wear your jacket. Else, wear a t-shirt or whatever you want. Okay, this is our example. If, open close parentheses, if cold equal true, okay? True beginning with capital letter. If cold is true, that means if it is cold, put the colon. After this if sentence, put this colon, okay? Do not forget to put this colon. Enter, I want to print and tell my user wear a jacket, okay? I told my user wear a jacket, okay? Now I come and start my else statement at the beginning of line. Else, colon, enter, print, wear a t-shirt. Okay, as I wear a t-shirt. When we are creating this called variable, we should identify it, okay? Otherwise, program would not understand and gonna tell us, give an error and tell us what is the code or code is not identified. Code, I'm gonna say code equal true. Here we understand that Boolean data type that we are using, okay? Here in this if else and in loop, we're gonna use this Boolean data type a lot. Code equal true. Inside the if statement, we all the time using this logical operation to check. We don't want to make code equal true. This is wrong, okay? We would not use something like this because we don't want to say code equal true. We want to check if code is true or not. We are checking, okay? We use logical operator. And let's run this one. Press Shift Enter. See? Okay, here our program read the first line, yes, weather is cold. If cold is true, yes, cold is true, and come and printing this line, okay? Let's see, no, it's not cold, false. Cold is false. What happened if cold is false? See, it printed this sentence, wear a t-shirt, okay? It came, check this condition cold equal to true, no, cold is false. Therefore, jump to the next statement. Do not read, program does not reading this line, just jumping to the else and printing this line, okay? Next one is nested if else. Nested if else is actually same thing, like same thing as if else. It's same thing. Here, just be checking more different condition instead just one condition. Okay. Let's comment this one. Nested if else. Okay. How nested if else work? Nested if else work like this. Okay. We are coming here, we're gonna start. We are starting our nested if else to check a few different conditions. If my first condition, okay, I'm checking the first condition. This is first condition. I'm checking this condition. If the condition is true, print or do a statement one, and then exit, okay? We just exit quickly program. And it doesn't go to the other statement or checking other condition. After printing or doing one statement, if the condition is true, it just print out that statement and exit. If we are here and we are checking the condition one, and condition one is else if, mean false. We say else if condition one is false, come and print or do a statement two. A statement two is actually the statement under the condition, the other condition, okay? Okay, no. If condition one is false, go and check condition two. Here we are coming and checking condition two. If condition two is true, if this one is true, come and print out a statement two. Okay, a statement two. A statement two is under condition two, and then exit. Okay. Else if condition two also is false. What if condition 2 also is false? Condition 1 is false, condition 2 is false. When condition 2 is false, it jumps to the next condition and checking the other condition, okay? If this condition, I mean condition 3 is true, then do or print a statement 3. And if not, and then exit, okay? It can continue to checking other condition if we have more, like, okay, if this is false, go and check the other condition like this to reach the correct condition and print the correct condition, okay? Let's give an example and code nested if else. I'm gonna give same example as this cold weather. So here I want to check the weather condition. I'm gonna say if it's snowy, if it's rainy, if it's sunny, okay? If is snowy. If a snowy is true, okay? Colon, do not forget colon, enter. Let's print, okay? Let's print and tell our user to, if it's snowy, wear a jacket, okay? And then print, come at the beginning of the line, else if. Look how I wrote this else if, okay? Else if. This keyword that's reserved in Python, we write like this, else if, okay? Else if, or else if we write a second condition. Snowy was our first condition that we checked, okay? We want to go and check the second condition is rainy. Rainy. If it is rainy equal true, then I want to tell colon, do not forget this colon, press enter, print, I want to tell my user to wear a rain coat, okay? And we're gonna go and check the other condition, else if it's sunny. If it is sunny, equal true, then, oh, I forgot this colon. Put colon, and then enter, print, wear sunglasses, okay? Wear sunglasses, put the sunglasses on. We created, when we were writing this statement, we create these variables. Now we need to identify this variable, okay? Otherwise, program would not recognize what they are. Okay, a snowy equal, like, first, like, true. Rainy. Okay, I want to say that no, it's just a snowy. It's not rainy. Then false. Rainy equal false. Okay. The first character is true and false. First character is capital letter. Sunny, I'm gonna create this variable, sunny equal, like, false also. Let's run this one. Shift enter. Okay, see, it printed out this wear a jacket. Wear a jacket was in our first condition. It checked and it saw that it is a snowy. Okay, let's it's not a snowy. I want to say a snowy equal false. I'm changing my condition to see how my program works, okay? And I'm gonna tell, okay, rainy is true. The weather is rainy. Okay, rain is true. My program came, read the first line, check the first condition. If a snowy is true, no, a snowy is false here, okay? Then jump to the next condition and check my second condition. Rainy is true, yes, rainy is true. And then just and comes print this line. The statement which is under this else if statement, and it just exit here. It does not comes to this line, okay? It does not reading this part at all. It just exit from here. And I want to say, okay, rainy is like false and sunny is true, okay? I'm printing out. You say wear sunglasses. See how nice. Look at the instructor of this if else or nested if else. When we put a column front a statement or a line, the next line that we write into this statement, okay? This is a condition which is true in all programming. When we put this column front a line, anything else that we write it, okay, we write into it, which has an indent at the beginning. See, there is an indent here. This indent means this line belongs to this statement, but this line is not belong to this one. Otherwise, we put an indent at the beginning. When we put an indent at the beginning, that means this one also is a part of this condition. What program does in this situation? It comes and read and check this condition. If the condition is true, come to this line and do or print whatever we have in this line, and then jump to this line and also read this line too, okay? Let me give an example for this one. I try to give an example. Okay, we have, let me create some variable. Okay, this is 20. And I have E also 10. Okay, I'm trying to giving another example, nice example too, about that instead nested if else. Okay, if A is greater than, like I want to say, if A greater than what? Greater than 10, okay, column. And here also we can put this if else inside the if else. It doesn't mean just writing like this, okay, to a separate line. So here what I'm doing. Okay, if also A less than 30, print this number is between 10 and 30. See what I did here. Okay, else, no, else, column, jump to the next line, print, and this number is greater than 10, okay, and jump to the next line, and now here I'm writing another else. Else, print, this number is not between 10 and 30. See what I did here? This is also a nested if else. Here I said else if. I use this word else if inside my if statement, not inside it, actually with this if, okay? But here I'm creating a if else statement inside one other if else statement, okay? I'm creating inside this if else statement, I'm creating another one. What's our program gonna do and how it gonna read this statement? Okay, it's gonna come and say if a is greater than 10 and if a is less than 30, print until this number is between 10 and 30. Okay, else here under this one, okay, when we reach here, how it read it. If this one is correct, it just exit from here and do not read the rest, okay? If a greater than 10, and this one is, and if a less than 30, it come and check less than 30 and see, no, this is wrong, jump to the else. If a greater than 10, else, print this number is greater than 10. If this function is not, if this condition is not correct, then it jump here, okay? Here, it coming and reading this line. If this condition is true, it print this one. If this condition is not true, it jumping to this else and print this line. Otherwise, if also this condition is not true, it just comes and print this statement. Okay, let's run it. Shift enter. Okay, it's telling us this number is between 10 and 30. Our if else statement came, check the first condition. Yes, this is true. And if a less than 30, yes, a is less than 30. Check this one. This one was also true and comes print this one out. Okay. Now I want to say if is greater than 10, but a is 40. Okay, I want to say tell 40 because 40 is greater than a less than 30. A greater 10. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, I changed my a value of a to 40. Okay, I say it's telling us this number is greater than 10. Okay, it came, read this line is true. Read this condition is wrong, and then jump to this one. This number is greater than 10. Okay. Else, if the number is not greater than 10 and less than 30. How I should less than 30? I should change this condition. This makes it so hard. Okay. If a greater than 10 and a less than 30. If a is not greater than 10. Okay, let me put 5. Okay, I want to make this a statement run. If a greater than 10. No, if a is not greater than 10. Okay, a equal 5. I put this a equal 5. Okay, let's print this one. Shift run. It say this number is not between 10 and 30. It printed out here because it came and read the first condition. A greater than 10, no, a is not greater than 10, a is equal 5. Then comes and just jump to this else statement and print it out. Okay, see how cool it was. And okay, we learned this one also. Let's go, the next one is loop. Okay. Makes this one larger. How my loops work. Okay. First thing, I have a for loop. For loop actually repeat a condition, keep checking a condition, increasing a sequence. So it's a kind of, it keep increasing by count and checking the condition again and again. It's a loop, okay? It over and over check a condition, and each time that it checks that condition, it increase the count. It keep counting. Let me show you how this one works. Okay. For loop. For loop works exactly like this. We start, okay? Here we start our loop. And the first thing, there is a count. In for loop, we have a count. We have something that keep increasing each time that this loop execute. One time loop execute, then second time, third time, this count start increasing. And count is equal 0. It started from equal 0, okay? Count first is equal 0, and it goes and execute the statement, whatever we want, okay? It execute the statement that we want or we want to do. After executing this statement and doing that, count increases by 1, okay? Count keep increasing by 1. Then here, check a condition. Checks a condition that V gives, okay? We want to check the numbers between 1 to 10, something like that, okay? And we just continue this loop since our number is less than 10. This is an example I'm giving, okay? It can be like we have a list. We want to check everything through the end of a list. See, it works like this. Now I want to check numbers between 1 to 10, okay? It come here and check if this count, check if count is less than 10. Okay, check this condition, and if count is still less than 10, this is the condition, this one is the condition that we gave to the program, okay? If this condition was true, okay, come back and run again everything. Print this statement, then increase the count by 1, and again check the condition if it's less than 10 still, okay? So it was like in this line, our count increased by 1, okay? And here now count is like equal to in this line, okay? It keep going like this. Jump again and start the loop again. Do the statement, then come and increase the count, check the count, and do repeat it again 10 times. It's gonna do this 10 times till this count. We reach here and see this count is not anymore, or this condition is not anymore true. It's false, okay? It is false. Then what it's gonna do when it is false, it's just gonna exit the loop, okay? Here, it exit the loop. It's gonna work like this. Okay, let's give a nice example of this one. Okay, like this. Let me comment for loop. Okay, we are learning for loop. For example, I have a list. So this is sequence, okay? It's checking the number or the items sequence. My list equal. Or I have a list of number from 1 to 10 or something, okay? And I'm gonna say like I'm gonna put some items inside. Like A, then AB, and then ABC, okay? Okay, I create my list and I want to go and check the items one by one. Okay, till all the items, I check all the items inside my list. Okay, how we write the loop? Pay attention here. Okay, I'm writing for I or anything here. I in my list. Okay, colon. Do not forget this colon. Print or do. This is my statement. Print or do whatever that you want. Okay, print like I. Okay. For I in my list, print I. What is I? I here exactly is our count. This is a name that I gave it to it. You can put it X, you can put it count, you can put it whatever here, okay? This I is that count number that keep increasing. And here I use this I as my index number that keep increasing in my list and checking the items in each index number that I have, okay? Let's print this one. See how it works. I printed, I press Shift Enter, I run my program. For I, this is first index number, which is 0. This is, I access to this one. This I in my list, the first one, which is 0, we said our count started from 0. Okay, this is my index number, items in my first index number, which is A, and printed out here. Okay, and then it goes back and I increase by 1. Okay, it goes back now in the second running inside my loop. I is equal 1. Index number 1 as this one. Okay, this is my index number 1, the item that is here. Okay, and print I, print index number, items inside index number 1. Okay, then increase I plus 1 here, I was 1, now I is equal 2. Okay, to the third running, I is equal here, I or count is equal to 2. That means index number 2. What is index number 2? This one, the item that exists here. Then print I, print this one, okay? And then as done, I have only three items. See? Okay, we're gonna give another example. When I'm here, see? When I'm here, I'm still under loop, under for loop. Anything that I want to write here, anything if I write here is under this loop. I'm writing inside the loop. But when I start at the beginning of the line, then I'm out of the loop now, okay? Let's give another example. Okay, we have a function for, I want to give a range of number from 1 to 10, okay, from 1 to 10. And tell to print that one. Okay, for I in range. Range is a function. Range is a function which is just numbers, okay? Numbers. 1, 10. What is this function? The range function is all number between 1 to 10, okay? Instead creating we can also create a list from 1 to 10, put 10 numbers inside, or just say range function, range from 1 to 10, okay? It access to all 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, up to 10, okay? Colon, colon, up. Okay. My Jupyter freeze again. And do not allow me to write anything. for I in range 1 to 10. Also, I can say print column. Okay, column, like print I. Instead this I can put anything. Okay, I can put X, whatever I want. See, it doesn't mean all the time should be I. Something that I giving to program. Okay, let's shift enter. See how it printed out all numbers. Okay, all numbers here. Something nice. Let me. What else we can do? Let me write this example. I'm gonna say I have okay, for this is another example. Okay, let me say example 3. And for I, okay, in something cool I want to print out here in range of lengths of my list that I created over there, my list. Okay, if you remember, what is the length of my list? The length of my list is 1, 2, 3. It's actually similar of that indexing position. See, the length of my list is that index position that we have. Okay, print I my list I. Okay, see how cool is this one? Okay, what I'm telling here to the program. For I was that indexing number that I explained here. Okay, I in range of what? Length of my list. Length of my list is 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the range of my list. Okay, the range we're supposed to put a number from something to something. Now here I have length of my list. This is also correct because it's actually a number, it's 3. If I say what is the length of my list, it's gonna print out 3. Okay, it's actually equal to the number of 3. Print I want to also print my I index number. I mean index number. I want to print my index number and also access to the same item in this index number. Okay, if this I now is 0, then print item which exists in the index number 0. If this is 2, then print exactly item which is exists in index position 2. Okay. Let me think. Okay. I cannot write. This one, this block is still freeze. I cannot write to it. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this one here. Okay. Let me under this. Make something more and longer, like A, B, C, D. Right. Okay. I want to comment this one also. I don't want to keep printing everything. Okay, now run it. Now run it. See how cool. This is all my index number. Okay, and this is items that exist in that index position. See how nicely I access to item inside a list that I have. For example, I have a list of a student. I want to check the name of them and print out the name of all that student inside my list. Okay. And now here, let's create something. Okay, let's give another example of this one. This is example 4 of our for loop. Okay. I want to have a range of numbers, okay, and check, telling to the program. So I want to make something cool. I have a range of numbers from like 1 to 10. And one by one, I want to go and check number if number is odd or even. If number is even, print it out and tell this number is even. Check if number is odd, then print out this number is odd, okay? Therefore, we need to go back and each time check our number inside that list or range of number that we have. And we have also condition to check. If is odd or even, then we want to use that if else a statement that we learned with this loop, okay? I'm gonna say for numbers. I have a list of numbers. For numbers or for I, this is actually something that keep increasing, okay? For the numbers, for I, for X, for everything that you want to just identify and name it. For I, in range of number from 1 to 10. Okay, I want to say range of my number is from 1 to 10. Do not forget colon. Okay. Now here, for numbers in range of 1 to 10, if that number is even, how I gonna understand? If my number is even, what condition should I write here? Okay, we have something module, okay, or mod. Mod actually returning reminders. When a reminder of a number is 0, when we divide a number by 2 and reminder is 0, that means that number is even. Okay, we can use that one. We can say if num mod, do you remember this was mod 2 equal, we are checking, okay, all the time logical operators. We're gonna use that logical operator. Do not write something like this. Do not write like this, equal. This is wrong, okay? Equal 0. If the remainder of this number divided by 2 gets 0, therefore print this number out. I'm gonna tell print number out, okay, number, and tell my user this is an even number, okay. Else, if number is not even, therefore it is an odd number, and then I just gonna say else, no more conditions. See, if it's not even, therefore it is odd. Print that number, okay, and tell my user that this is an odd number. Let's see how this one gonna work. Okay, let's print it, run it. Okay, everyone just run the program, shift enter, and is it saying, if you have any problem here, please tell me, okay? See how cool. We have a range of number from 1 to 10, okay? This number each time inside the for loop keep increasing by 1, okay? This num was our count actually. We just call it num, I, x, whatever we want, okay? This number is actually keep increasing. If num, the number inside this one, which first one is like 1, okay? Is mod 2 equal 0. If number divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, therefore it is an even number. Otherwise, it is odd number. See, 1 is an odd number, 2 is an even number, 3 is odd number, 4 is even number. How cool. Okay. I wanted to teach you also function and another loop, but we have only 10 minutes. Okay, let me jump to the next one. Okay, we have only 10 minutes. I want to also teach you while loop. Thursday, we do not have a class. Let me teach you something fast, and probably next week we can come and talk about while loop. I want to teach you function first, okay? Because we have a project this weekend about function. What is function? Do you remember that maximum, minimum, this print, or I don't know, the other statement that we were using? They're all functions that already created and saved in Python for us to use. So all the time I was using this print function, or I don't know, like max function, or anything that else we used here, okay? They're all functions. Now we want to create our own function, okay? We want to create our own function and save it and call it each time that we want to use it. Okay, to create a function, creating a function. Okay. To create a function, we use this keyword, def. Def means defining a function. Def means defining. Each time programs see this def, understand that we want to create a function. Okay, I want to create a function of like sum, and open close parentheses, then put that column. Do not forget to, okay, I'm gonna say result, and I want to give it numbers to it, okay, a plus b, okay, then is return what? Return result. Okay, there is like two keywords, definition, def, and return. We all the time use return inside a function, okay? Defining, we gave this name. This is whatever I want to give. Open, close parentheses after that. And what we put inside the parentheses actually is our variable, something that we want to add it to number. Do you remember that maximum and minimum function that we were using? We were putting few numbers inside that parentheses and compare them. Okay, something like this. I want to create my variable here, a equal like 10, and b equal 5. Okay, and shift run it. When we shift and run it, we don't do anything. It doesn't print because we didn't tell the program to print anything out. Okay, here I'm calling my function. How we can use a function? By calling a function. Okay, sum, how easy, like that print a statement that we use. We just write a print. Okay, we create here this sum function, and we want to add two numbers to it. That two numbers can be anything, 3, 4. Let me check what it returns. See, it returns 7 to me. How it returned it? So these two variables that I created doesn't, they don't do anything. Okay, a, b here is a like that argument that I'm passing to my function. Okay, some value that I put it inside my function, and I'm telling to computer or to this programming language that how many arguments I want to pass. 1, we can put only 1 and do something with that 1 and then return the result or nothing. Okay, we have return, def, and giving a name and argument that we are passing through our function, and whatever operator or anything that we do here. Now we create this sum function here. See, I want to change numbers that I pass to, or argument that I pass to my function. I'm gonna say 10 and 5. Let's run this one. Gave 15 to us, okay? Gave 15 to us. Since we have a short time, please stay a little more with me. I want to explain about the project that this weekend we have. Thursday, we do not have any class because CIQM make this day off to extend 4th of July break. Okay. This weekend, everyone, we want to create our calendar, okay, and use this loop, if statement, and function, and everything that we want. Okay. Let me. Okay. Have this is have. This is about our weekend project. Okay. Weekend project. First, we want to like create that function, or actually, I can create a bigger function. I can create a bigger function and call it like calendar. Everyone can just create whatever I mean you want, okay, and pass two numbers to it, okay, and tell, okay, if pass two number or three number or something, and asking my user to give variable amount of A and B, and also choosing that operation, okay, operators. If operator like if what? If operation equal what? Equal 1. See how I gonna do, okay? Okay, do what to do, what to do. Like print A plus B, okay? Then I'm going to another statement and I'm gonna say else if operation is equal to print A divided by B, okay? And then again continue to this if continue else if. So I want to also like involve my user, okay? I want to create these variables A equal, like use that input function, and then print and tell my user, please enter first number, okay? This can be our first number. And then here I can create a variable for my second number, which is B, okay? B equal, please enter like second number, okay? Please enter the second number. And also we can tell our user to choose operator, okay? Operation or operators, okay? Operator. If this operator here, I'm gonna fix this one, operator. So operator. My user, see my user choose the first number, enter a number that save it in A, and I pass it that argument to my function, and then B, okay, also enter the B. I pass it to this function and also choose a operator like what? But I put it 1, 2, 3, okay? You're gonna tell, use that input because we want to save these operators also. Input, print, please enter 1 for sum, enter 2 for division, and enter 3 for something, and anything that our like our user enters. So instead this one, I can have 3 variable. I can pass 3 variable into my function, okay? Like operators also, operator, okay? I pass this operator also inside my function, and if the operator is 1, that means sum, and okay, return the sum or something, print A plus B, and at the end I'm gonna say just like return, and then come out of my, I will continue this if else statement as we learned over there how to use it, okay? And after that, do not forget to call your like calendar, otherwise your calendar would not return. Or at the return, you also can call your calendar here, calendar, okay, with all that operators or something that you have, okay, like this. Or call your calendar. You learn how to call your function, okay? You are keep calling your function and putting that numbers or entering here that A, B, like A, B operators, okay? Like A, B operators. I'm passing that 3 functions into this one, and here when it call it, it printed out and start running, okay? Like this, we can create a calculator. Why is it calendar? Oh, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be calculator. Okay, I'm sorry, I said calendar. Calculator, okay? We want to create a calculator like this. Okay. Anyone, if has any question, please ask me. So this is our this weekend project. Try to work with this if else even use loop, okay? In this project that we have, I will add more details about this one to the slide. You can also go back and read this slides and learn more about it.